There's no time for us. There's no place for us.
It was a night that shook the foundations of Britain's Got Talent and sent shockwaves through the digital world. On that buzzing live show stage, one performer didn't just step into the spotlight. He seized it, drenched it in glitter, and commanded the nation to watch. Mickey Callisto, a name that was already creating whispers during the auditions, exploded into a social media wildfire after delivering what fans and critics alike are calling the boldest Queen tribute ever televised. Dressed in a dazzling sequin suit and armed with nothing but a microphone and unapologetic flair, Mickey launched into Queen's electrifying anthem, "Don't Stop Me." The crowd didn't just watch, they roared. The stage was lit in Technicolor, dancers moved like a dream sequence, and Mickey's vocals, somewhere between glam rock royalty and Broadway firecracker, turned the performance into an instant phenomenon. Within minutes, clips of the performance stormed TikTok and Instagram, with hashtags like Callisto Queen and BGT Icon trending in the UK and spilling into global fandoms. It wasn't just a cover, it was a full-blown spectacle that turned a simple talent show slot into something resembling a stadium concert. While viewers debated whether it was brilliance or madness, one thing was undeniable. The internet had crowned Mickey Callisto the unofficial king of the night. But this glittery explosion was just the beginning. What came next left even Simon Cowell stunned, and not for the usual reasons. When Mickey Callisto took on "Don't Stop Me Now," many expected a safe homage, but what unfolded was something far more audacious, something that blurred the line between tribute and total reinvention. Callisto didn't just sing the song, he bent it to his will, infused it with his flamboyant style, and dared to tweak vocal phrasing and rhythm in ways that had die-hard Queen fans clutching their pearls. Yet somehow, it worked. Online commentators were split. Was this a brave artistic evolution of a beloved classic, or theatrical heresy wrapped in neon lights? The vocals weren't a carbon copy of Freddie Mercury, they were raw, deliberate, and bursting with camp energy. Callisto layered in synth harmonies, playful falsettos, and unpredictable stage antics that gave the performance an edge of chaos, but also an unmistakable joy. Pop culture bloggers called it a psychedelic rocket ship to 70s glam and beyond, while others said Mickey had the nerve of Eurovision and the guts of Bowie. Comparisons flew fast, Adam Lambert, Elton John, Mika, but Mickey's style remained unmistakably his own. And amid the sparkle and controversy, fans began to realize this wasn't just a Queen tribute. It was a challenge to the very idea of what a tribute should be. Mickey wasn't mimicking Freddie, he was channeling him, then spinning that energy into something entirely new. The question now wasn't whether he honored Queen, it was whether he just carved out his own chapter in their legacy. And that legacy would soon face the ultimate test, Simon Cowell's reaction. Simon Cowell is not known for mincing words, especially when it comes to performers who lean into eccentricity. Over the years, theatrical acts have often been dismissed with a raised eyebrow and a curt critique. But when Mickey Callisto finished his unapologetically glam performance, Cowell didn't scowl, he stood. In a moment that felt like it shattered years of his trademark skepticism, Simon rose to his feet and joined the standing ovation with a stunned look that bordered on admiration. When the applause died down, his words carried the weight of surprise. "I've never seen anything like this before, and I love it." That single line sent fans and media outlets into a frenzy. Had Mickey just cracked the Cowell code? On forums and Twitter threads, fans speculated whether this was a sign of a turning point, not just for Mickey, but for how mainstream platforms view alternative, gender-bending, theatrical performers. For Cowell, who has built his brand on discovering conventional stars, this endorsement felt revolutionary. Some even said it was the most genuine reaction he's given in years. Other judges echoed his sentiment, but it was Simon's applause that legitimized Mickey's act in the eyes of skeptics. One commentator put it best, "When Simon claps, doors open." And as the buzz grew louder backstage, so did the rumors about what Mickey might do next. But just as the glitter settled, a leaked behind-the-scenes moment would spark a whole new wave of admiration and speculation. Just when fans thought they had seen the most emotional moment of the night, a backstage video clip emerged that pushed Mickey Callisto's story from performer to cult icon. Caught in a candid conversation with a crew member after his performance, Mickey was recorded saying, "I don't care if I win, "I just want to be free." That one unscripted sentence, delivered with tears in his eyes and glitter still smeared on his cheek, struck a chord far deeper than any high note he hit on stage. The clip went viral across TikTok, spawning duets, remixes, and even ASMR readings, with fans calling it the Freddie moment of the season. It was raw, vulnerable, and real, the kind of moment producers dream of and artists can't fake. For a performer who had just set the stage on fire, it revealed a fragile truth. Mickey wasn't there to impress the judges, he was there to express himself, to liberate himself, to escape years of being told he was too much. Influencers picked up on it immediately, dissecting the quote and linking it to wider conversations about identity, expression, and the cost of being different in a world that rewards sameness. That 12-second clip turned into a rallying cry for artists and fans alike. It reminded everyone that behind the glitter and glam, Mickey Callisto was a human being fighting for the right to shine on his own terms. And the world was finally ready to listen, or maybe even offer something bigger than a trophy. As Mickey Callisto's performance continued to ripple across social media and news outlets, the next wave of speculation came from an unexpected corner of the music industry, those who knew Queen personally. According to several viral tweets and a few whisper-level leaks from inside production circles, rumors began swirling that representatives connected to a well-known Queen tribute project in Europe had been watching Mickey's BGT performance very closely. One particularly bold headline read, "Callisto to join Queen tour, sources say it's being discussed." While nothing was officially confirmed, online forums lit up with theories. Fans pointed out that Mickey's interpretation of "Don't Stop Me Now" wasn't just another cover, it had theatrical layering, stylistic reinvention, and stage presence reminiscent of the kind of spectacle Queen fans thrive on. Queen themselves, especially with Adam Lambert at the helm in recent years, have embraced evolution. Some fans even floated the idea of Mickey opening for a European leg of a tribute tour or making guest appearances in themed concerts. Others pushed even further, suggesting that Mickey could become a new face of the glam rock revival movement, representing a younger, more fearless generation. What added fuel to the fire was a cryptic Instagram story Mickey posted 2 days after the live show, a close-up of a crown emoji followed by a sparkle. No caption, no context, just enough mystery to send fan pages into overdrive. Whether this tour invite is fact or fan fantasy remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, Mickey Callisto now sits at the edge of something bigger than Britain's Got Talent. And as the world speculated on whether he was heading for Queen-level fame, a growing divide among fans and critics reminded everyone that not all that glitters is universally loved. As the glitter settled and the performance replayed across every social feed imaginable, a firestorm of opinion began to ignite. For every fan hailing Mickey Callisto as a fearless icon and creative genius, there was a detractor questioning whether the spectacle had gone too far. Was it a true homage to Queen's legacy or a chaotic burst of color designed to shock more than inspire? YouTube comment sections became battlegrounds. On one hand, Mickey's army of supporters praised the originality, the vulnerability, and the theatricality, calling him a revolution in sequins and the Freddie Mercury Gen Z deserves. On the other, critics slammed the performance as overproduced, lacking musical discipline and bordering on mockery. Some even accused it of turning sacred rock history into meme fodder, but the polarization only fueled more engagement. Reaction videos on TikTok and YouTube amassed millions of views, with creators arguing, analyzing, and sometimes flat-out yelling about whether Callisto was the future of music or a viral blip. Influential music bloggers weighed in too, some applauding his defiance of genre expectations, others rolling their eyes at what they called glitter-driven gimmickry. But as always in pop culture, controversy equals relevance, and Mickey wasn't backing down. In a tweet that simply read, "Art shouldn't ask for permission," he reignited the fire. The debate now wasn't just about talent, it was about identity, freedom of expression, and whether the stage still had room for the bold, the weird, and the wildly unapologetic. And as battle lines were drawn across fan bases and media alike, one fact became clear. Mickey Callisto had become something bigger than a contestant. He was a cultural conversation. Before the sequins, before the viral storm, and before that now legendary rendition of "Don't Stop Me Now," Mickey Callisto was just a name on a contestant list, one of many auditioning with big dreams and uncertain odds. But what Britain's Got Talent discovered wasn't just a singer. It was a performer who defied the rules, rewrote the playbook, and carved a lane of his own. From the moment he walked into that audition room weeks ago in a sparkling suit and electric pink boots, Mickey turned heads. Judges weren't sure what to expect until he opened his mouth. His vocal style, a mix of theatrical belts and glam-infused falsetto, was unlike anything the show had heard in years. He wasn't trying to be the next big pop star, he was building an entirely new category. Each round since then saw him push boundaries further, adding synths, choreographed chaos, and signature poses that fans began replicating in viral trends. Social media dubbed him BGT's unexpected treasure, with some fans even lobbying for him to represent the UK at Eurovision. He wasn't just breaking the mold, he was gleefully smashing it with a rhinestone hammer. Producers started giving him later performance slots, a sign of trust and rising popularity. Even behind the scenes, other contestants admitted that Mickey had become the energy center of the show. What began as a quirky wildcard had evolved into a glam-pop force impossible to ignore. And whether BGT was ready for that kind of star or not, audiences clearly were. But with the grand final approaching and the buzz reaching a fever pitch, one question remained. Was Mickey Callisto the future, or just the flashiest detour in the show's history? As Mickey Callisto stood under the blinding lights of Britain's Got Talent's biggest stage yet, the question echoing across millions of screens wasn't just, will he win? It was, where does he go from here? Because for all the applause, viral fame, and glitter-fueled adoration, Mickey's story feels far from over. In fact, many believe it's just beginning. Music executives are reportedly sniffing around, watching his performances like investors eyeing a volatile but promising stock. Indie labels, LGBTQ+ platforms, and glam revivalists are all said to be interested in his post-BGT trajectory. But will Mickey play by the rules, or will he go rogue and build his own path outside the music industry's well-worn lanes? He's hinted in interviews that he's not interested in traditional fame, even turning down influencer brand deals that didn't align with his vision. Fans are torn, some want him to win the show and bask in mainstream glory, while others fear that BGT's crown might clip his creative wings. Either way, polls show Mickey is one of the most talked about contestants in recent history, with engagement metrics rivaling that of actual winners. His fanbase calls themselves Callistars, creating fan edits, remixes, and even digital art inspired by his performances. Meanwhile, insiders claim he's already been contacted for Pride Festival headliners, and Eurovision rumors haven't gone quiet either. Whether or not Mickey walks away with the BGT trophy, he's already claimed something bigger: a loyal audience, a place in viral pop history, and the power to shape whatever wild, beautiful, unpredictable chapter comes next. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Mickey Callisto, it's this: don't ever try to predict what he'll do next. Just sit back, hit play, and let the glitter fly.